Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your June 2022 love and general tarot reading. This is for you if you are Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or if you're, that card's come out quite a lot. If you're watching for a Sagittarius, you're very welcome. Okay, let's see what we need to see. Oh gosh. Saggy. Nice. There's a lot here about you wanting to defend or needing to defend or hold on to what you've got. No wonder. Very nice. Yeah. God, your cards as well are literally flying. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous energy. There's also something here about moving away and staying put. Wow, that's nice energy. And having to make a decision between those two, oh my God, things. You've got great cards, by the way. I love it. Okay, overall energy. 2 of Cups, don't mind if I do. Venus in Cancer, it's the you put the phone down first card, it's the relationship card, it's love, it's schmooches, it's and all that, but in a really nice way. It's 2 equal cups as well when you get the 2 of Cups, which I really like. So it's 2 people both bringing something to the situation. Lovely, lovely energy. So what we're talking about here is some kind of partnership, some kind of romantic connection, some kind of love thing. I do get that there is also something about it where it could go one way or the other, as in you may be required to defend it or you may be required to test it, because the other overall energy card that I get is the Chariot. Now the Chariot, again, it has 2 horses, not 2 cups, but there's 2 horses. The Charioteer, whoever is doing the reading, so you, needs to keep the chariot on the road, okay? And you can see that this is quite a thing going on. And there are 2 horses wanting to go in different directions. Trying to get 2 horses to want to do the same thing at the same time, it's like being torn in different directions. So I do get there's just this underlying slight sense of tension about something to do with a connection with somebody. Let's have a look at your cards. Let's piddly bop. And we'll shuffle them around so we can see. Oh, you can see them quite well, actually. That's unusual for me. Right. Let's just put them up here a little bit more because you can probably see them a bit better. And there's your 2 of Cups. Well, that's not bad. Down here we've got the 10 of Pentacles, which we can stick up there. And maybe zone in a little bit more. Nice. Okay. You've got the Magician here. Let's just have a looky-see on the Magician. I like this energy. It's the energy, I think, of someone else. Sometimes when I get the Magician, I get the vibe that you have the power. You know, it's like a manifesting card. And you have the power to make something happen, which of course you always do anyway. But what I get for this is somebody else. Traditionally, it represents air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, so it could be that. But more importantly, this is someone who you have a very good mix of juju with, which is very important for Sagittarius. There's a feeling of knowing each other somehow. Getting each other, you know, I get you, you see me, we work together, it works, the juju is good, the chemistry is right. There's a feeling of that, and there's also a feeling of, I guess, like mystery about it. There's something mysterious that I can feel. And I think this is quite, for some reason the word volatile is here, but I don't mean it, you know, that this is going to have massive ups and downs. I mean, can you see with the Magician, we've got this like swirliness going around in the infinity symbol. So there's the infinity symbol on the hoodie there, but also there's this, what is like an as above, so below, where it goes like this. There's a swirliness going around, okay? Then we have here the Ace of Cups. Sorry, the Ace of Swords. We've got the 10 of Cups there, which I was looking at. The Ace of Swords, and there's another kind of swirl, which is an inside. It's almost like going up a staircase to reach the top, isn't it? Then over here we've got the 10 of Cups. And again, it's curling and swirling around. You're in this relationship, and you may not have even met them yet, or you may just be getting to know this person, or you may be established, doesn't matter. This relationship has a sense of swirling around like rainbows or smoke or, you know, dry ice at a 1980s disco. You know, that whole sort of slightly mysterious, slightly dancey quality to it. This could be somebody that you go to a festival with, or you met at a festival. We got the 4 of Wands, which is just that, the kind of festival atmosphere. And even if it's someone that you met online, you've never been to a festival, there is like a festival atmosphere going on about the relationship. It's going to, if it's been very private up to this point, it's going to open out like a festival. It's going to put up its stall to other people. It's going to become more public. Now, I think this is good news for you. I think this is what you want. But this is the vibe that I'm getting between private and public, between I'm going to keep it like this and it's going to expand. 4 of Pentacles is always wanting to keep things the same. This lady wants to hold on to her purse. It can be energy, it can be love, it can be feelings, it can be resources. It doesn't matter what it is. There is a sense in which you'd like to keep this small, or you'd like to keep this private, but it's going to expand. For some of you, this also might be to do with what you do for a living. You know, you've kept, most Sagittarians are quite kind of expansive as people, and they generally like to do jobs that have an element of expansion about them. So it's not the same thing in the same tight circle that you do every single day, and usually the same about relationships too. It may be that what you do for a living gets pushed as well, that the envelope gets pushed, that someone wants you to do something more risky, more creative, that you want to do something more risky, more creative, that you've kind of secretly wanted to do that for a while, but you haven't been able to find the freedom or the courage. But I think this is coming to you this month, and I like it. I like it a lot. 4 of Pentacles, that's the card of holding on. 4 of Wands is the card of letting go and knowing that you've got the luck on your side and believing in the juju. And for some of you where it's to do with relationships, I like it. I like that the relationship is going to get the chance to expand. It's going to get the chance to burst beyond its horizon. Now, it may be that because we've had Mercury retrograde forever, it just feels like, well, it's retrograde while I'm making this video, so it feels like a complete eternity. It may be that while we have Mercury retrograde, or while we had Mercury retrograde, it went direct on the 3rd of June and kind of took another 10 days or so to get cracking. That something was very stultified, if that's even a word. Something was on hold, or it was a bit reduced or restricted. It could be what has been going on in the world for the last 2 years, where there's been reduction and restriction. Either way, now this is like The universe wants you to breathe. This is like a kind of spirit breath. I know, we're going to get weird. A spirit breath that's just going in all the corners of your life and putting movement back that's been missing. So if a relationship has been quite routine, or if it's been quite small and private, it's going to become more expansive, it's going to become more romantic, it's going to become more like this. I love this card. 10 of Cups. Ribbons of hope and promise and love and glitter and unicorns and rainbows. Nice! It's like a touch of fairy dust, a touch of magic. I guess we'd call it romance. And why not? Now, I love it when you have the 2 of Cups and the 2 of Cups expands to the 10 of Cups. It's Mars in Pisces, the 10 of Cups, where Pisces, which is a very expansive sign, Mars, which is a very full-on, you know, rah, let's do it type sign. It's like blasting open a rainbow. This is nice. I mean, it's a real love fest for you. I love it. Leave me a comment. Let me know how it resonates with you. I want to hear what's going on. And if you are single and looking to mingle, as my son's generation might say, but probably not mine, this is a good time. It's been a good time for you for a while anyway, but I think other things have got in the way. I think Sagittarians in the last 6 months or so have had more complicated and more difficult readings than a Sagittarian would like to have. But that's just the way that it's been. But it feels like now the party's starting again a bit. The festival's opening its doors. You know, it's time. Nice. Still, there is this need to make some sort of decision, some kind of, with the horses going in different directions, this feeling of the 2 of Cups, the Chariot, should I do this, should I do that? So you may need to make a decision about something. For some of you, it might have something to do with geography. And I don't mean the atlas at school. I mean where you are, where you live. If you have a significant other, where they are, where they live. And whether they're going to live with you, whether you're going to live here and there, whether you're going to travel, I don't know. Whichever it is. But there's some thought about who's going to live where and why. And for how long and how can we organise this. Remember, Sagittarius, throughout all of this, 4 of Swords, to program in some me time, some private time. Because your month is very much caught between the private and the public. So if you do something public for work, and by this I mean anything like being a teacher, you know, in a school is a public job, public servant, because you are in front of a class, you're out in public, you're serving the public. You could be in social media in particular, putting yourself out there in videos, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. And there's a need for you to recharge the batteries here, because you may find you get the opportunities for exposure and you need to take them, obviously. And that's also socially, you might get invited to events, to parties as things open up again. But at the same time, you do need that private time. And the same goes for your relationships. There's something very enveloping on the cards here with this swing rainbow going on. And that beautiful 2 of Cups. There's a lot of togetherness energy. Make the most of that, but at the same time, and it will be quite difficult, because who wants to spend time on their own when they've got, you know, the opportunity for that kind of energy? None of us. It's like, yeah, Netflix and chill, let's go. But do see if you can program it in, because it will do the whole situation the world of good. It will put the energy back into it that it needs. Okay. Now, next to this, we've got the 6 of Swords. With the 6 of Swords, there is a move, and a lot of this is about moving. There's a move away from anything that has been difficult or held you back. And I really think that that has been the case for you for quite some time. Okay, that something or somebody, or there are people, and it could be at work, it could be in your relationships, that have tried to keep you on strings. And I just think with a Sagittarius that is just a big mistake. You know, it never works. Sagittarians are meant to be free, and you've been feeling this for a while and you'll continue to. But at the same time, there will be a need to break out in a certain direction and say this, or do this, or make a move. That's the Chariot with the 2 horses. And again, in relationship, if there's anything about the relationship that you find stuck or unspoken, or like a sort of taut string, you're going to probably say something. Ace of Swords, you're going to get insight. You're going to know what to say, and you're going to want to say it. And there's nothing wrong with saying it either. Nothing wrong at all. Queen of Pentacles with this gorgeous, you've got such this lovely little 3 thing of cups here. Got your Page of Cups here. Someone wants to make you an offer. No doubt about that. And this could be someone that you already know. It's like an offer from someone you already want an offer from, or you've already connected to. If not, it can be an offer from someone you haven't met. This can also be work offers. It's both. It's coming flooding in. Page of Cups, 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups. Gorgeous energy. It's the energy of love coming towards you. Things that you love to do. In other words, doing things for a career rather than just doing them because you get paid, but doing them because they actually really fulfill you. Those opportunities are going to come up. Some of them are going to be very public again. But also in the love department, Page of Cups is, someone putting themselves out there on your behalf, making you an offer, putting themselves forward. It's glorious though. I really like the energy. Now over here we've got the Strength card. So you could be dealing with someone who's a Leo or a fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. But more importantly, I feel like you are taking control. And it may be that over the last few months, it hasn't been as easy to take control. But you take it back and you run with it, and it's yours. And that's going to feel really good. And then over here, the 10 of Pentacles. This is security. This is reaching the destination. Some of you may be discussing moving in with somebody, living together, getting married, making it exclusive, making a commitment, just taking it to another level, which it hasn't been taken to yet. And this is especially true if it's been quite stuck. Let's have an oracle card for you. In the extended reading, I'm going to look at all those cup cards because I want to, but I'm also going to look at how they feel about you and what's going on. But I'm also going to look at the Chariot and the kind of this way or that way, the decision that needs to be made. Okay, let's have an oracle card for you. This is Wisdom of the Oracle, Colette Baron Reid. Ooh. Just for one or two of you, by the way, and I don't even get cards to say this, it's just a hunch. There may be someone in the background who just pops up again. Could just be on social media, because, oh, hello. Yeah, it could just be on social media, like not even in real life. Although social media kind of is real life these days, isn't it? I don't know if there's so much of a difference, if I'm just being old. Okay, let's have a look. So you get the Thinker, which you also get, if we look at these two together, they're very similar vibe actually. You get the Observer. Now, this is to do with your deep Sagittarian thinking self. There's going to be, and that's what you need your Four of Swords for. Remember I said you need some private time, some downtime, some alone time. You're going to be processing what may feel like people are kind of throwing things at you, you know, opportunities, and it's nice and love, but at the same time it's a bit, whoa. Now remember, here you had the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles takes everything in. There's something about this situation for you, Saggy, where you are accumulating emotional and financial reward and putting it in the bank. That's what that is with the Four of Pentacles, keeping it safe. And it's very important, but at the same time, with your life expanding in such a way, you're going to be required to make decisions to put it out there as well as keep it safe. That's what I mean. Public, private, putting it out there, keeping it safe. The thinker means you're just going to do some Sagittarius blue sky thinking about it. And you know what that's like. It's not doing a do and don't list. It's doing some magical kind of juju thinking. Okay? Do some magical juju thinking. Then we get the observer. And when you get the observer, it's just saying you don't need to act all the time. You don't need to reply when someone asks you a question straight away. You can be observing, because it's giving me an itchy nose, observing the situation, watching everyone around you, watching the options. Because this Chariot at the top, where you have to make a decision, and the Two of Cups and the Ten of Cups, these are very important things that impact on the rest of your life. And that's important for you to know. And there's no room for kind of petty error because you were acting in haste. So remember, it's the Six of Swords. You are making a move. You're turning away from something that may have had some strings, that may have been difficult, that may have restricted you, that may have held you back. And you're moving more towards freedom. Then we get this card, Unfinished Symphony. Very interesting card. When you get the Unfinished Symphony, there is, you either take something that is imperfect and say that it's genius and you don't need the answers and this is good enough for me. Or you have the feeling that you're being pulled back into something that's unfinished business. For just a few of you, there is somebody who feels like you have unfinished business. Now, you might not feel the same way that this person does. And it's not the person to the Ten of Cups, the Page of Cups and the Two of Cups. It's someone from behind. It's someone you left behind. They may have something to say that's worth hearing. It may be that there is some old energy or old strings kind of hanging around about an old relationship or an old work colleague or an old something, okay? So don't, obviously you always want to look forward, but you may just get the opportunity to put that to bed, and that would be good, because with the Two of Cups, the Ten of Cups and the Page of Cups, there's so much more to look forward to that you don't really want to be kind of strung out by that. Healing with the Angels Oracle card. Oh, hello. Yeah, it could even be a family thing. You've got balance, you've got forgiveness, and you've got serenity. The balance is, I always call that the bowling ball card. The balance is between who you keep and who you let go, what you keep in your life and what you let go. And forgiveness is to do with this unfinished symphony. It could be a family thing that just needs sorting out, that just needs tweaking. You can do the Ho'oponopono prayer for this, and I would probably recommend it because it just gives you a feeling of forgiving yourself and forgiving the whole situation without having to say, I forgive you, to somebody, which I don't think really applies or works. It's about a much deeper kind of forgiveness, okay? But there is definitely a string that's just still there that needs to be dealt with. And then serenity. You're good at serenity anyway as a Sagittarian, taking the rough with the smooth, all of that kind of thing. It's important to have your downtime because this could feel quite stressful in the moment, okay? But you've got the Two of Cups, you've got the Ten of Cups, you've got the Page of Cups. There's a lot to look forward to in love. There's a lot of offers on the table, and there will be in June, okay? And sometimes, you know, having those decisions to make is a luxury, and it's gorgeous, and enjoy it. It's been a long time coming. Saggy, I'm going to go do your extended reading. The link is in the description box, and I will see you on the other side. Namaste.